What was that? What did that look like for you? Why that change? What drew you to the
Yeah,
marketing world?
it's a good question. Yeah. So why that change? When I just started to, because I had this accounting platform, right, where I was teaching and providing these videos to students, but it's one of those things where now if I would have gone back a few years, I would have done a lot more research and testing up front before I created this platform. But you gotta try things, right? So I made this platform with all these videos and I started getting into digital marketing, and it was something that just switched over where I was like, I really enjoy this a lot more. Like I really, really enjoy it. And so that's kind of how I was like, okay, I'm going to try to start my own agency because I enjoy the work so much and I want to provide that service for other clients.
It's awesome. And when you got to the marketing side of things, what did you enjoy most about marketing? Like what do you feel
Hmm.
is sometimes, because I have a marketing background and I'm a marketer for my business, but it's different than being a marketer, if that makes sense. And so
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
curious, what are some of the things that I can be sometimes a little cynical on the live stream about marketing, but it is
Uh,
essential and it is necessary for any business. And hell, this podcast is marketing, so obviously I'm not against it. So
right.
I'm curious, like, where do you find the value of marketing to be if you were going to talk to some of the cynics out there?
Man, and there's a lot of them. And I can understand that. That was one of the reasons I left the industry for 2 years. We can get into that. Because yeah, overall the industry can transform businesses, but it can also overpromise and underdeliver. That's what I ran into more often than not. People overpromising, underdelivering. So I'm through by this point, I would call myself more of an ethical marketer. That's how I like to see
Kind
myself
of like an ethical
because
hacker. I love it. Yeah.
yeah, because it's sad that you even have to put that adjective in front of it. But at this point, I feel like I need to differentiate, and I know a lot of other people that have done the same thing where if they don't believe in the business or the product that they're promoting, they're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do fall in that camp more often than not. Not always, right? Because sometimes you have to balance with, I have a sales division in my agency and they bring in clients, and I can't always have my say in it. But for the most part, we are aligned on that same view of ethical marketing, making sure that not only we're having a strong sales team that can bring in clients, but we have a strong back end that can provide a quality service and retain those clients. Client retention is one of our biggest goals because if they stick around, we're doing a good job.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at. I love this concept of ethical marketing. I don't think I've ever actually heard it said out loud in that way before. Maybe it is like a whole genre that I'm now very excited to get
Mm.
into. Um, and so, there's a lot of things happening around ethics in business, right? There's, trying to remember what it is, what the corporation status is of like people that are trying to be ethical or very, it's like a B Corp or something like that. Not entirely sure, but
I'm not sure.
um, what are the areas? Let's start with the negative. Why not? What are the
Yeah, yeah.
areas where marketing goes wrong? Like I know there's a lot of stuff out there around, even the field that I'm in has a lot of fishy stuff. And so I'm curious,
Mm.
where have you, and do you see marketing going off the rails?
It's a good question. There's a lot into this, but I'll try to keep it brief. So
Well, please don't.
yeah,
Get in the
yeah, if
weeds.
you, yeah, I mean, obviously we've seen, if anyone's been on YouTube, right, you've seen the YouTube videos of any type of guru in their space. This is a very common um, occurrence online now, especially. There's another marketer I know that's in my same camp. She calls it bro marketing, where you have these videos, guys in front of their mansion, they got Lamborghinis behind them, right? Maybe some women, and they're throwing money in the air, whatever it might be,
They
right?
got
It's
the
basic,
supreme money gun.
yeah, Supreme Money Gun. And it is such good, like as a marketer, I understand this stuff. It's such good bait because I mean, the funnel in marketing, AIDA, right? You got to
Walk us
start with
through it.
awareness.
Walk us through
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so you got to start with awareness, and those types of videos are really good to get people aware of whatever they might be selling because you have all these flashy things at the first. Now, more often than not, though, those types of gurus are actually just marketers. They know how to market really well, but there's no real like product, there's no substance behind it that's actually going to help people. Now, that's not all of them, but more often than not, you come across these like scam marketers that they're just very good at marketing something,
Anything,
but
yeah.
will it anything, but will it actually, the product itself behind that, will it actually do what they're saying it will do? Most of the time it's embellishment, exaggeration on like typical results for someone. And I've been on the other end of that. I've purchased products and realized that.
Anything stand
And
out to
so,
you?
um, well, I mean, I was part of a program that kind of got me to this point where I'm at. They did help me along my journey to understand how to run an agency, how to do proper digital marketing, but also within that product, there was a lot of unethical practices when it came to over promising, under delivering. One specific instance, and I'm not going to name names, obviously, was um, so just to kind of backtrack, I was going to run an agency, start one. And to do that, you know this as well, you have to generate leads for your business. Because if you don't have any customers coming in that are interested, you don't
You don't
have
have
any
a
revenue.
business. You
Yeah,
don't have a
no
business.
business, right? But there are two parts of that, right? You have to be able to generate the attraction for customers to come in. On the other side of it, though, you have to have a sales team that can actually take these customers, get them on a phone call, and close them. Because if you don't have those two parts going, there is no business. It's that simple.